live, man. Figure, excuse me, figure it out. Yes, sir. We back at it, switching it up. Oh man. Oh damn, I got that gate on. Um, well, so y'all can see we in a new location, but we still in the same thing. Welcome to the Spotlight Show. It's your boy, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. It's the Spotlight Show. SNL. That's Saturday Night Live, for those that don't know. We coming to you live from the new home studio setup. It's the Be Seen, Be Heard podcast experience. We still sponsored by GMP Podcast Group because we still building that thing, man. For those that don't know, after a long, hard decision, we decided to not renew our lease at the building we was in, so the studio is now closed. The business don't stop. The business don't stop. It just stops there at that building. Oh, man, I got to turn this gate off. I don't like it. Oh, damn. That's a big difference, though. It don't stop. We just stop there. Damn, I got to keep the gate on because I got a little noise. My fan's running over here. It's a little warm right now. Let's see. Let's see what the audio sound like on YouTube. Channel. Damn. Check. Mic check. Check. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Test. I don't know how I want to do this. The gate. I got the gate on here. Let me see. I'll see how it works. I might need to do that here. All right, let's see. Let's see how we sound here. Test. Oh. Just checking my live stream on YouTube right now. The gate. I got the gate on here. Let me see. I'll see how it works. I might need to do that here. Oh, see, it be cutting in and out. That ain't gonna work. Test. Just checking my live stream on YouTube right now. Gate. I got the gate on here. I'll see how it works. I might need to do that here. Oh, see, it be cutting in and out. That ain't gonna work. I got some new equipment here for myself. GMP is now mobile podcasting. The Thorn City podcast guy, Naeem Hall. I gotta start owning me. I got some new equipment here for myself. GMP is now mobile podcasting. I think we sound cool. I think it sounds cool. We're going to go with it. Let's see. Another solo by your boy. Me switching it up here a little bit for the show, man. Since we mobile now, I ain't got the studio. I am in the hunt for some office space by the hour. Damn, I think I need to go. I need to go adjust that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a little blurry there. Give me 1 second, y'all. Since I'm by myself, watch how I got to do this. See how that worked. Yeah, I think that's a little better. I'm still getting the home settings dialed in. Let's check this one. Let's see what we got here. So y'all see what we got going on here now. Okay. Let's move that over a little bit. Bam. Nope. Bam, that'll work. Oh man, I think we good. This one's a little dark, man. I feel like I don't like that. Might need one more light around here. I like this one though. Y'all see that up there? It says, get your free digital report card today. The Thorn City Syndicate Management has been in the full rebrand mode. The Thorn City Spotlight's been in the full rebrand mode. There go up top. So that's going to be on the website. The landing page is up now. It's live. I was going to make it private until I got it how I wanted it, but I'm done doing that. You just got to go with it. You just got to go and improve along the way. And so that's what we're going to do. I just wrapped up I'm finishing up. I got my last little project for the Strictly Business program. Damn, they called it something else. Let me see. Strictly, what they call it. Let me get it right so I can give them the proper shout out. Let's see. Shout out to my guy, Jamal Lane, and his wife, Christina Lane, Mr. and Mrs. Lane over there at CBI. The CBI, I could have just went right here. The CBI Barbering Institute. They have a program that I just went through, and I just found out. I think I knew I was the first one to really go through it, and they told me I set the bar pretty high. The bar has been set for the Strictly Business program by your boy, yours truly. Yeah, School of Success, the Strictly Business program, the CBI School of Success. Shout out to them over there. I'm finishing up my last project, the capstone project. I got to make a presentation about everything I learned and finishing up the business plan, and they got some AI tools to help you, get through all that stuff. And so that's what I'm in the process of doing. So that's what we're going to work on a little bit here tonight. I got a meeting coming up here at 9:00 with my design team. Some fellas I've been working with now for a while, so I trust them with a bigger project. And so I need to get my podcast hosting system set up. That's what I'm trying to create. Well, I'm not trying. That's what I'm going to create. My podcast host system. And then after that, I'll be launching my advertising network that I've been wanting to do for some years now. I was just listening to my guy Goods. He said, don't let a thought just be a thought. And so I got to stop letting this thought be a thought. And so we're going to feel it. We're going to finally kick it off. Thanks to the help from CBI, School of Success. Once we wrap it up, I will have a little couple dollars to invest into the business. And so that's what we're going to do next. And first order of business is to get my systems and programs in place. I think that's one thing that we didn't have over at the studio. Never had a chance to actually Well, we had our systems. Our systems we had in place that when we first opened up, it was working for a while, and then shit happens in business, and we didn't have the mental bandwidth to 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 step back and really take the time and put together what was needed next, and which was some better systems and processes, to go hand in hand with the business. It's like they say, without the systems and processes, your business is just a hobby. So, like I said, we had a plan when we first got in there. We executed it. It was working, and it was working until it stopped working. And there's a bunch of variables that went into that. I'm not going to get into that. I'm sure I will at some point. But hey, man, sometimes you got to pivot in business. Pivot like my guy Ryan Clark and them. And so that's where we're at, man. We making the pivot. I'm going to get into, let's see. So I got my first draft of the capstone done. Let's see, where is it at? It's in Gamma here. Let's see. Let's go full screen. So I'm just gonna run through this first. I'm just gonna run through this first draft. We got the new logo up here, the Thorn City Syndicate Management logo. Shout out to the CBI business course, who gave me some pointers on how to rebrand the logo, and this is what I came up with, and I love it. I like it. I even like the little broadcast C, the C of the syndicate, Thorn City Syndicate Management. That's like a broadcast symbol. My guy put it into a C. I didn't know how I wanted to do it. I just told him I needed something that represented broadcasting, and that's what he came up with, and it worked. I like it. And so that can even stand alone by itself. So, all right, let's go back to the top. Because that's not the top. We got the Thorn City Syndicate Management Agency. I'm your boy Naeem Hall, the founder of Thorn City Syndicate Management Agency. We help podcast hosts, creators, and small business owners be seen, heard, and remembered. So that's the executive actions we'll be taking. My journey, man, it started from music. I went from music to podcasting. 2014 was the beginning, man. That's when my boy was doing bad, man. I'm not going to get all the way into that full story. If y'all want to check out the first episode of the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, my boy Third Twin, Roy Moore III, was my guest, my first guest. It was only right that he was my first guest. It was only right that he was my first guest, because that's how it all started. Like I said, back in 2014, I launched the Artist Management to help my best friend get back into music and, kind of get his life back together. And so what I came up with during this course of the rebrand is I came up with what it's always been about. I had to go back and think to myself, like, what has it been about? It's really been about transformation and visibility. Helping my guy trans visibility and transformation. Yeah. So my guy had to visibility and transformation. He needed to transform from the person who he turned into more back into the person he was. And so that's what we did, man. And so I had to make Third Twin get visible. And so I was pushing the brand. I was pushing the movement on all the social media platforms. The first one we started out that really gave us something to shoot for was this site called Reverb Nation. I wonder if it's still around. I'm going to check it out and see if it's still around. Reverb Nation. And we was climbing them charts, and so it's like, man, we doing something right. So that's what we did, man. That went from 2014 to 2020. We went on tour. We went to Miami, Houston, LA. Um, we went to let's see, Miami, Houston, LA, Eugene. We did some stuff here in Portland. Um, so we did a music video, award-winning video. Called Honesty. That's how it all started, really. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into that. Y'all go check out that first episode. But dealing with my guy Third Twin, man, allowing me to hone in on my brand building skills and storytelling, telling his story. So y'all stay tuned because we got the documentary coming as well. It's another reason why we got out of the studio is because we want to finish that movie, man. And so my guy needs some time to really sit back, focus, and relax and really try and put that together. So that's what he gonna do. So the music video, that's where I met my future business partner. Like I said, my guy Just Stone Gaddis. Shout out to my guy Just Stone with GMP Gaddis Motion Productions. We came together and we started the GMP Podcast Studios, GMP Podcast Group. So artist management from 2014 to 2020. Then COVID hit. All the music stopped. And like I said, my guy Ryan Clark, we got to pivot sometimes. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. So it was time to fold the studio, not the business, just the studio building. So we pivoted to podcasting in 2020. Founded the GMP Podcast Studios, and I began to start I'm gonna say, we did 5 years there, 2020 to 2025. So in those 5 years, I got my bachelor degree, my associates, and my master's in podcasting. So that's how I'm looking at it. Helped other people launch their podcasts. Got into a bunch of stuff that goes along with podcasting. There's so much that goes into it. And the one thing I think that we did, I don't want to say we did wrong, but that a lot of people get misconstrued is podcasting. It's become such a big thing nowadays. It's like what we like to call it, it's like a utility. If you got a business, you probably should have a podcast. And so we got into the podcasting. And so one day I was sitting back in the office trying to figure out the next move, the next steps. What should I do? And I said I should probably start a podcast. So that's what I did. I want to say 2023, I launched the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show. And let me turn this off. It's bothering me. Oops. I launched the 2023. I launched the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, all about the power of networking and forming strategic alliances. My mission was to set out and get a sponsorship. That was something I hadn't been able to help someone. I couldn't. All the other podcasts I help people start. I wasn't able to get anybody a sponsorship. So that was my mission. And so I got, what did I get, 2 or 3? I got 2 sponsorships. I got one from the Rivermark Community Credit Union. Shout out to my people over there. They sponsored 4 episodes. And then I got a sponsorship from Travel Portland. Shout out to Travel Portland. We did an episode down there on location, and they sponsored it. So that was dope. And then my guy Jamal hit me and said, we're launching this program. Let me know if you'd like to be a part of it. And I said, absolutely. He told me what it was about. And so we got into it. So, after 11 years of helping others grow, what I developed is a systematic approach to visibility and brand building. So that's my next step. I like to call it the syndicate method. And I'm creating the Thorn City ecosystem. Starting with a booking agency. I'm going to launch the Thorn City Syndicate Management into the podcast booking agency. Shout out to Podmatch. That's who helping me on my rebrand with the Spotlight Show. I went through some courses on there. I went through a podcast booking agency course on there. So all my guests from now on will be booked through the Podmatch. They do pay you a couple $, for every. It's not a lot of money, but it's something. Y'all tap in, and I got a link to share with you if y'all want to sign up. I'll tell you how much you get paid each show you do. It's not a lot, but hey, it's something. First step to monetization. So we'll be doing the booking through there. I will create the podcast booking agency on my website, thethorncitysyndicate.com. And so we'll be able to coordinate guests and create connections for podcast hosts. So that's the first part of the ecosystem. Then, like I said, what time is it? 8:30. I'm going to be meeting with my guys here in a little bit to launch not launch it yet, but build the podcast host system. The idea of it is to save podcast hosts at least 10 hours minimum, if not more, depending on, what you sign up for. With automation, automating a lot of the processes, automation and AI, a lot can be done through that way. So getting to that, creating something else on the website, the creative vendor network and marketplace will be a place for serious professionals to collaborate and, sell their digital services, because that's something else I'm getting into is the digital services. I'm going to be getting more products. And really it's kind of like the ultimate affiliate site, kind of. So I'll be getting a bunch of affiliate products set up in there. I'll be getting a lot of services from other creatives set up in there. Have my own digital services. We'll have the GMP services in there. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It's always been about, just over the years, me learning about the stuff people do, and it's always been about building your own community of people and, people you can rely upon and work with and network with, and like-minded people who have some of the same visions and goals and help each other get there. And so that's what we're going to do there. And then, like I said, the other part that I haven't been able to conquer on the side of in podcasting is getting into the sponsorships and ads, the ads place. So that's part of my advertising agency of the management agency that we'll be launching here pretty soon. Digital ads, some strategic visibility placements. I'm not going to get too much into that until I'm ready to launch it. I got a little space I'm saving right over here. Get me something over here to show y'all what I'm talking about. Show y'all what I'm talking about. So yeah, it'll be all powered by the syndicate method and anchored in the anchored in the syndicate community. Let's see. So that's it. You got the booking, you got the podcast host system, you got the vendor network and marketplace, and you got the digital ads. all powered by the syndicate method and anchored in the Thorn City syndicate community. The mission and vision. Oh man, the mission and the vision. Sometimes the mission and the vision changes, and you got to be able to adapt and pivot and make moves and to be able to keep going along your journey. Shout out to my guy Jelani, Mr. 3 the hard way. He get a lot of slack and a lot of hate from a lot of people, I noticed over the years, because he kept growing. Listen to that. You get a lot of slack and a lot of hate because you kept growing. That's crazy to me. He kept growing in life, in business, trying to figure out what he wanted to do. He was in a lot of fields. Sometimes you got to go through it to figure it out. And so that's what he was doing. So shout out to my guy for staying down on his own mission and not letting the haters knock him off, because he's doing his thing right now. I'm going to get him back on the show again remotely, because I like the moves my brother's making. Shout out to my Cuddy, man. But the new mission is to empower podcast hosts with cutting-edge visibility tools and systematic growth strategies. Empower podcast hosts with cutting-edge visibility tools and systematic growth strategies. I'm going to have to tighten that up a little bit before I actually do the capstone. The vision is to build the syndicate, a visibility-driven community where entrepreneurial podcast hosts, creators, and vendors thrive together. I've always had I don't want to call it trouble, but yeah, trouble, whatever you want to put on it, issues, niching down, figuring out what I wanted to do as a niche, what my niche wanted to be. It's always been too broad. And so going through this course with my guy and his wife with the lanes, they've asked me a few times what was my biggest take from the course. So my biggest take has been, what's the word? Clarity. Going back to the basics and learning some of the stuff, that I've learned over the years just by trial and error. Having someone else teach it to you in a strategic way is what happened when I went back and, started their program. So the clarity of what I want to do next is really there. And so entrepreneurial podcast host. Podcasting was a niche. It became my niche, but that's been too broad. Podcasting and entrepreneurs and business owners, all that goes into it, and we can still service those people. But the entrepreneurial podcast hosts, creators, and vendors, that's the new niche for me. And really, it's the entrepreneurial podcast hosts. Not just podcast hosts. There's tons of different ways that people do the podcast hosts, or they host their podcasts and what their show's about. But what I want to deal with, who I want to connect with, are the entrepreneurial podcast hosts. People who have businesses, products and services that they want to, use their podcast to promote. And so that's the new mission and vision, is those entrepreneurial podcast hosts. And so that's what we're working on. Let's see. We got the problems that we solve. It's a visibility struggle. Those who struggle with being visible, getting in front of the right people, because it's not easy. What I learned going through this course is people aren't looking
and discovering your podcast on social media. There's got to be other ways to be visible, and so that's part of my advertising service that I'm getting ready to launch, is to take you from just being online into being in front of people in another way. So for the podcast hosts who can break through the noise to reach their ideal audience and monetize effectively, that's what the visibility struggle is about. And so I'm going to be solving that problem for you. Time drain. Endless hours spent on editing, promoting, making noises. What I say? The time drain. Endless hours spent on editing, promotion, and publishing. Still focused from content creation. And so, with the help of my podcast host system that I'm going to be building, I look to save hours for people. So they're not drained of the time, all that other work. Because podcasting is not easy, and it's a lot of time. It's time consuming. So for you to do it right, you got to have those systems and processes in place. And so that's why all these big name podcasts and companies and corporates with these big budgets coming in, trying to ruin the podcast industry for us little independent people. But it's still room for us. We just got to focus on podcasting. And so consistently putting out podcasts. And so if I can save you some time on those time draining project tasks, you can spend more time creating your content. So that's the goal with that. And along with that, you missed opportunities. Entrepreneurs and creators without podcasts miss crucial visibility in authority building channels. So that will be a problem we solve with some of the products and services we'll be offering. And, like I said, connecting with other people, getting them to my marketplace, getting those products and services out to you. That'll help. So you don't have to go places to look for that stuff. It'll be right here in one location, one hub, right here on ThornCitySyndicate.com. And just a growth bottleneck, getting stuck. Service providers getting stuck chasing clients instead of scaling their expertise and impact. That's always an issue. So if I can take some of this other stuff off your plate, you can focus on doing those things. So that's part of the problems. That's one of the problems we like to solve for you. The solution, strategic booking. Like I said, we'll be launching the podcast booking agency. I now have representation for my podcast booking. I now have an agency, and you do have to go through Podmatch to get on the Thorn City Spotlight Show. That's just how it's going to be. I'm sure there'll be a few exceptions I make, but for the most part, if you ain't going through the right channels, you can't get on. So we'll have guest coordination, sponsorship opportunities, and a seamless show flow management. It's part of the agency. The solution is the Syndicate Marketplace. Digital first offers, services, and products. Not from me, not from just me, but other creatives like me. I'm going to start interviewing other creatives and seeing what they got to offer, and seeing if I can put them into my my podcast show. No, not podcast show. But yeah, I want to get them onto the show, but to get them into the podcast host system that I'm creating. That brings us to the whole system automation. That's what I'm talking about. It'll save time while ensuring consistency across all podcast operations. So we got the system. The theory is behind it is you record your episodes. You record the episode. everybody should watch their episode or listen to their episode. And so I need you to create your episode, watch it, and jot down your edit requests. So you'll create your episode, you'll watch it, jot down your episode requests, your episode edits, and then you're done. I don't want you to have to do nothing else, but go worry about getting your next show done. And then that goes into the system, and it kicks it over to the editor, who'll edit your audio and video. More emphasis on audio than the video because we're in podcasting, which is audio. But you got to do video these days. But you don't have to do production. You don't have to do video production like we were doing. Shout out to my guy, Also Fresh. That was one thing he always said when he seen what we were doing. We were stressing the new wave of video. He was like, nah, man, podcasting is audio. Focus on that. And so I'm getting back to that, the audio. Like I said, I'll have the video because you'll need to promote. There's nothing like video clips. And so we'll do that. But so you record, write down your edits, goes to the editor, he edits. Well, no, first he'll transcribe. It'll go in, it'll get transcribed. Your episode will get transcribed. Then he'll edit the audio and video. If you transcribe it first, it helps in the editing room. So we transcribe, edit audio, video. Create the show notes. Create the show notes, create a few reels, 3 to 5 reels. Publish, maybe do a blog or something, and a couple other things. Like I said, I'm still putting it together. That's just off the top of my head. So it'll be all structured through the syndicate method framework. And so that's what we're working on there with the podcast host system. That's the solution to the problems. Let's see. The products and services portfolio is the booking agency. It's a full service guest booking, sponsorship opportunities, and optimized show flow for maximum impact. We talked about that a little bit already. And the vendor network, the curated marketplace of professionals, digital services, and products is what will be in the creative vendor network. I said I wasn't going to talk this, but it's already up now. So the digital ads, placed in high traffic areas. Oh man, I don't want to talk about that yet. But it's all services integrated through our proprietary host system plus the syndicate method. That's where that is. Man, so this is where I'm at. Podcast dreams. I got podcast dreams, man, of having it don't have to be the biggest podcast, but just a podcast who's helping me with my business, running my business up. That's what we want to do with the podcast. We want to be able to keep growing and growing and growing, not just the podcast, but the business. And so those are the type of hosts I'll be reaching out to and looking for to come on the show is who's trying to, grow their business. And so me, I'm going from delivery driver to a dream chaser. That's what the podcast dreams is about. The podcast dreams is about going from the delivery driver to dream chaser. That's what I do right now on outside of all this, management stuff with this and the GMP stuff. I can always consistently go make some money in the gig world. And so I've done them. I've done a lot. I've done, let's see, I like to think I was the first, I ain't going to say Portland, but I'll say in our culture, in our black people community. I think I was the first Uber driver around here. And everybody started doing it as it went along. But when I first signed up for Uber, it wasn't even in Portland. They lied. I seen something came across I don't know where I was at, but it said you drive for Uber, make this much amount per hour. I said, ooh, that sounds pretty cool. Driving. I've always had thoughts about being a taxi driver, but that never happened. But I thought about it. I said, ooh, that's cool. So I signed up. They said, unfortunately, this is in 2016. They said, unfortunately, we're not live in Portland yet, but you can go over to Vancouver, Washington and drive. So I signed up, went to Vancouver, sat around. Actually went on maybe 2 or 3 times. I never got a trip. At that time, they sent you a phone to set up for it because I didn't have an iPhone yet. So they had to be an iPhone. So they sent me an iPhone. I threw that iPhone in a box or something somewhere. I was like, man, this ain't nothing. And then a couple weeks later, they said, we're live in Portland. And boy, I turned that phone on and then ding, 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 ding. And it's been booming ever since. And so I did the Uber. I did the Lyft. I've done Amazon Prime, or not Amazon Prime, Amazon Flex. I've done Postmates, DoorDash. There's probably a few more. There's a new one I just started. I ain't gonna show them no love yet because I need to find out if I can do something with them. I got some ideas. I'm always in my brain be moving a million miles an hour sometime. But man, that's it, man. My podcast dreams, man, from delivery driver to dream chaser. Because a growing number of entrepreneurs use podcasts to fuel brand growth. My journey from delivery driver to dream chaser shows how podcasting is a true launch pad for transformation. And Thorn City is built to capture this demand. And so it's a massive opportunity, massive market opportunity in podcasting. There's plenty space for us independent podcasters. It's not like the music industry. But it's $4 billion plus in the podcasting market. That's the expected value by 2025. There's 464 million global listeners worldwide. So your audience is global. And there's 100 billion plus small business ads spent. And that's an annual investment opportunity. So, man, that's why I've been trying to figure out my way to get into the advertising side of it. And so I'm finally going to do that. And so that's the massive market opportunity. Let's see. Our competitive advantage. The Spotlight Show. Like I told you, it's in the rebrand. This is the new Spotlight logo. It's the Be Seen, Be Heard, Be Remembered podcast experience. The Thorn City Spotlight Show. That's what we doing here, man. And so our competitive advantage is the traditional agencies. They offer single services like booking or editing in isolation. Thorn City difference. It's a complete visibility ecosystem powered by our podcast host system and the syndicate method. So we don't do just one. We do it all. So that's what sets us apart. The syndicate method, our framework for predictable growth powered by the syndicate community. I'm going to have to tighten that up a little bit. Like I said, this is my first rough draft of the capstone. I put it together. Now I got to go in and hone it. And so I'm just going through this and just reading it out loud. It helps when you read stuff out loud sometimes. And so that's what we're doing. Let's see. We got revenue streams for growth. Revenue streams and growth trajectory. We got subscription services. There'll be a do-it-yourself, the DIY. And then we'll have the DFY, the done-for-you service packages, for different clients' needs and budgets. The marketplace commission. Get into the marketplace. I push your products and services, and when the sale comes in, then you take care of me. That's only right. That's a good way to work. So, about 10 to 20% commission. It's all negotiable, on the transactions and the digital products. I'm your lead generator. And so it's only right that, we both eat. So I help you get paid. Hey, you don't pay me to help you get paid. I just get paid when you get paid. So I'm going to skip that. Let's see. Okay, I think, let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 slides. Let's see if I can run through this real quick just so I can have it on deck. Where my water at? Milestones and roadmap. Year 1 is the foundation and launch. We're relaunching the Spotlight Show. We're going to launch the Syndicate Marketplace and activate our first digital ad screen. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I just can't. I can't keep jumping past it. So if you catch this, you got me. And don't go stealing my ideas. Year 2 is the national growth. We're going to expand the syndicate's reach nationwide. We're going to expand the syndicate's reach nationwide significantly, grow the marketplace offerings, and scale ads screens to 10 plus high impact locations. Year 3 is market replication and tour. We're going to replicate the Thorn City model in new metro markets. We're going to launch the GMP Pod Tour, and we're going to secure major sponsorship growth. That's the financial targets. Year 1, 5 clients, 25 vendors, 5 screens. Launch the marketplace and scale this to 100K revenue. By year 3, I got to get year 2 in there. I can't skip the 3. Year 3 is the national expansion, the GMP Pod Tour launch, 500K revenue. We're shooting high, man. We're shooting for the stars. Grow with Thorn City Syndicate Management. We got the visibility ecosystem. It's a comprehensive visibility ecosystem powered by the syndicate. You got the syndicate method, our proven framework for predictability, for predictable visibility and sustainable growth. And the entrepreneurial podcasters, built for hosts who use podcasting as a business growth tool. If you're ready to grow, get your free digital report card today. That's what it says. Let's see. Here. Ready to grow your audience? Get your free digital report card today. Here, I'm going to show y'all a little quick glance. Oh, that wasn't even over there. So this is what a digital report card looks like. I'm not doing so well right now. When I signed myself up for this, I was at a D on listings. I'm at A now. And these were down too, but A, C, D, 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 F, F, F. I got a lot of work to do. So that's a quick look at the report card. Let's see. Right here. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was about. Let's see. We got join the syndicate. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. It's powered by the Visibility Network, where creators, vendors, and businesses get seen through a marketplace built for visibility and a network network of advertising screens that put you on the map. That's it. And so this is what that marketplace is going to look like. I got to build it out, but this is the first couple of, it's not ready, but it's just working on it. So yeah, that's what we got here. That's my first little rendition of the capstone project that I'm putting together, presentation. And so glad I got to run through that. It's now on my live. And now I can go back and fine tune it. But let me see if my guys, it's not going to happen. He's not ready. Dang it. Well, I guess I'll just start fine tuning my start fine tuning my project here. This is what we're gonna get into, since I'm not gonna have my meeting here. Let's see. I like my new tools here. I like the new setup. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the new setup here in the basement location. I'm still dialing it in, but I think I've come a long way. Oh, that's why that's dark, because I moved the light out of the shot. But I don't know why I like this shot right here. It's pretty tight to me. What are you talking about? It's all bad over there, huh? I don't know what the pack is. Let's see. Huh. Oh, it's all bad over there, huh? Huh. Well, let's see. So we're gonna go here into my oh, we don't do that yet. We're gonna go in here into my my lovely assistant, ChatGPT. Let's see. Damn, life be lifing sometime, boy. I tell you, life be lifing. Absolutely. Yep. So let's see. Huh. What else can I do? I'm thinking. I'm making a mess. That's what's going on here. Hey man, it's the Spotlight Show. The live show. So y'all just tuned into my live, so either you gonna rock with me or you ain't. But I ain't worried about it. I'm learning to not worry. Just do your thing and keep doing what you do and consistently do it, and it'll pay off. Because I've been consistently on this grind, like I said, since 2014, and it's been working. You know, not where I want to be, but I'm still along the journey. Hit my guy Los up, see if he in the portal tonight. See what the portal look like. we gonna see what the portal look like. Let's see. Doop 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 doop. I think I might call my guy Choke, man. Excuse me. Let me call my guy Choke, man. Let's see if he on. Let's see. Let's go Bluetooth here. Bluetooth. Excuse me. It's now connected. Let's see. Let's see. 503.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
My phone dead? Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Let me see. I got third. Let's see. 793. Oh, I didn't save it there. I think I saved it under. Did I save it under mileage? No. Huh. Let's see. I'm just gonna call this nigga. See if he answer. Choke probably sleep. He be going to sleep early these days. But I gotta get my story. I gotta get my story time.
Hello.
Choke.
Hey, what's up?
You up? You awake?
Kinda. Was getting ready to go to bed. Why? What's
You
up?
going to bed, brother?
Yeah. Well, I'm old, man.
Yeah, you're not that old, Milo. You're live on the Spotlight Show right now, bro.
I'm live on the
You're
Spotlight
live on the
Show.
Spotlight Show.
Oh my goodness. What's going on with
Oh
it?
man, your boy, just making do with what I can make do.
I heard that though.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So it's live tonight then, huh?
It's live. I'm just working on some stuff. It's more for me than anybody else. You know me. I gotta do it in a certain way, and so sometimes you just gotta go through the motions and the progress and just progress through it. And so that's where I'm at.
Yeah, because that's all it's about is progress.
Yeah. So I gotta get my we gotta get the story time segment going. So I need to get you dialed in, so I can call you and get me a good story from mileage.
Okay. Well, you know what you do then is just you gotta let me know on Friday.
Let you know on Friday.
Let me know on Friday, and I'll make sure I'm ready Saturday.
Yeah, we can do
And
that.
tell me, just let me know, because if I know, then I'll make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean. And I won't get in my wind down time and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I done already did my nightly meditation and everything.
You done went through the routine. Then the next step is sleep.
Yes. So you know what I mean. But if you let me know, then I'll adjust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll definitely let you know, because I'm definitely getting back into my mode, and so I'm gonna get more consistent doing doing my show back now. I've been rebranding the business and rebranding my podcast show, and so I got now. It's time for me to put it into action.
Yeah, I heard that. That's a shoot. I just I got my little equipment now, so
Yeah, Troy was telling me you got your setup ready. Let's make it happen. How can I help?
yeah,
Just let me know how I can help. You know, I'm always here to help.
for sure. I'm more than likely. I mean, 'cause like right now, I'm just learning how to work my camera right
Mm-hmm.
and getting my format down and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But more than likely, I'll probably need some help editing.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
other than that, until I get to that point, I'll be, I can figure it out.
Yeah.
But I'll call you when I need that editing help.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm working on putting some stuff together that can help out with that too. So yeah,
For
absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, and I still gotta come up with a name for my channel. I ain't even came up with that yet.
You ain't got a name yet?
So, not yet.
Yeah, you need a name. But
I know.
that's not a big deal. I mean, it is, it ain't. But the thing is, you just gotta do it. You just get started, and just you can work out the kinks and get better as you go. But
yeah,
that was part of my problem is procrastinating on starting my podcast show. Trying to make sure everything's in order, everything's right, everything's perfect. But ain't no such thing as perfect.
Yeah.
All you can do is do it and just get better as you go. The next one better than the first one. If you go back and look at my my first episode I did with me and Third, boy, man, I was so nervous. Now I done got a little comfortable behind the mic, and I can sit here and talk by myself now sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's where I did a couple of practice videos already, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what you're talking about, though, because I sounded nervous too, though.
Uh-huh. But people like to see that stuff too. They like to see that you're human. And like I said, it ain't got to be perfect, but it's got to be you.
Yeah, that's true. Well, too, because I decided I'm gonna let them go on the journey with me, and
yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Come in and let them know that this is my first run, and
Yep.
you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I'm just now getting into it, and
Yep.
And allow them to see me get better working with the product and everything. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hit you up next Friday, and we gonna set. I'm gonna send you my little. I put together a little. What did I call it? Story time with mileage. I put together a little graphic. It's kind of tight though. Actually, it's a couple versions. I'm gonna put that up on the screen when we talking.
All right, that'll work.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure.
And shit. Yeah.
Well,
If you want, then that's yours. You want to use it, you use it. And you know what I was thinking else too, Milo, is if we do it right, the story we can make a book out of it. You can have a book called Story Time with Mileage, you know what I'm saying? And we can take once we get, a certain number of them down, we can get that and we can convert it into a book. And then you got a book.
Yeah, because
it could be like Donald Goins' book,
Shit. I'll be out here snitching.
No snitching. No names. We gonna make up some fake names, but make up some fake names and fake stories. You never know. It's fiction. You don't know if it's real or if it's fake or made up. So you got sometime it might be, sometime it might not be. You never know unless you was there, and then you be like, you know what? Damn it. I think he's talking about me.
For real though, huh?
Yeah, that's how it be though,
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you though.
Yeah, let's do it, brother. Okay, I'm gonna hit you up on next Friday, bro.
Okay.
Okay. All right, brother.
All right.
All right. Yeah, my guy choked, man. Joining, what the hell is he talking about? What is it? I thought you said you wasn't ready. Oh, let me see. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, no, you gotta join my link. Let me see how we do this. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Damn, let me see. Hold on. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm not going out there. Well, we ain't going out there. Let's see. Oh, damn. Okay, let me see if I can get this set up real quick. Let's see. Option 1, use collab feature. Okay. We're going to add a source. We're going to add... where the hell is that? Oh, collab cam. Add a source. Call that the collab cam. Get started. Copy. Webcam. Microphone source. Yeah. Share video source. All right, let me see. Gmail. Let's email myself this link. All right, let's see. Oh, I could actually do that, huh? Okay, let's see. Copy. Cancel. Let's go. It's not in here. There we go. Let's reply to this. Paste. Oh, damn, what happened? Where'd it go? Oh, this one. Okay, let's see. Let's do this. Actually, no, let's see. Let's see if this works. Damn, I need water. Let's get a little quick shot. See how that look. I'm trying to add my guys to the collab cam. I've never done this part of the Streamlab, so taking this opportunity to see if it works or not. If not, we'll put it into the, I think, what did he send me, a Google Meet? We'll do Google Meet, see how that works. Yeah, we ain't going to no Hurlboro finally. Nope. I'm gonna go right over to the one joint. Oh man, y'all tune in for that Thursday night, what I think was seasoning. I think we're gonna pull up and do the episode at the Alberta Street Pub. I think he said he's doing a special Thursday night trap bingo, so we might have trap bingo on the What I Think podcast. Ooh, I might have to try and figure that out. Get your free report now, your free digital report card at www.thorncitysyndicate.com. See what your grade is online digitally. I'm going hard into the digital field. The digital products is where I'm at. Digital products, advertising, and podcast hosting services. That's the niche. That's the visibility network. Yeah. See what happens. That's Twitch. Where's everybody else at? I didn't know I had my chat box over there. I got to pay attention to that now, huh? Let's see. Oh man, think I'm really finally accepting my role as a content creator. You know, it's never the it's not where I see myself or where I wanted to be at in front of the camera. I've always been behind the scenes, making shit happen type of guy. But you know, you never know where your journey is going to end up. You just go down your road. You just keep traveling down your road and you end up where you at, man. And sometimes you just got to embrace it and own it. And so I'm getting out of he'll still be around, the Thorn City podcast guy mantra. That's still me. I'm still the Thorn City podcast guy. Ain't nobody doing podcasting like me around here. But I'm going to start owning me, the Naeem Hall guy. That's who I am, and that's who I will always be. So Naeem Hall is now finna step into the forefront of the Thorn City Syndicate Management. It's always been about others and helping others' vision and pushing their journeys along. And that'll continue. I'll always be that person. But it's time for me to do me and do my journey, if that makes sense. Not do my journey. I've been doing my journey, but, like I said, sometimes your journey ends up not where you thought it would. And so that's kind of what it is. I'm loving the new branding. That's tight. Man, let's see. My meet might happen. As I'm used to them, never use Streamlabs. Oh shit. Damn it. Let's see. All right. Not working. That's not working. Okay, so what we can do is, damn, how do I do this? I think so you're trying to connect, it's not letting them connect. Let's see, what if we do he's gonna try again. Okay. Let's just say okay. Let's see if we add a source. Then we add browser. Call it Google Meet. No, that ain't gonna work. Let's see. Let's do Streamlabs. How can I get a Google Meet into my stream? Choose display capture. Streamlabs desktop under sources. Display capture, is that what it said? Display capture. Or window capture. Huh. To window. Done. That's not gonna work. Huh. Oh, did I get rid of it? Oh, shoot. I think I might have just deleted it. The Spotlight Show, Podcast Dreams, Desktop, Rodecaster Pro. Oh, damn. I think I fucked up. Shit. All right, let's do macOS screen capture. Let's see. How do I make that something else? Damn. It's not going to work either. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is, let's delete this. So what I'm going to have to do is, I have to go. So what I'm going to have to do is, I'm going to have to go. Okay, a second, I'll be back. To